This is going to be a DIY video regarding changing your oil in your 6.5 liter Detroit turbo diesel engine. First thing you're going to want to do is drive around for a little bit, get that oil warmed up, loosened up. You're going to need 7 to 8 quarts of 15W40 diesel engine oil and a new filter. Now park it on flat ground. As you can see, my driveway is not flat, so I'm in the street. Proper safety precautions. I have a barrier out to the side so that people aren't going to run over to me. Now, get under your truck or Suburban or whatever this is in and slide the oil pan under. Now remove the oil drain plug located right here by using a 5/8 inch wrench or socket and just finish it off with your hand. Being careful, oil is going to be hot. You don't want to burn yourself. So you're just going to finish pulling that off with your hand. Ooh. And get your pan under. And now just let it drain. It's going to take a few minutes. Just let it continue draining out for a few minutes, and then we're going to remove the filter. The next step. So as it gets to that point in the drip, you can go ahead and replace your oil drain plug as long as that's in good condition. Just go ahead and put it back in, tighten it up with the 5/8 inch wrench. There's a little O-ring on there, make sure it's still on there. So I now snugged up the drain bolt. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the filter. If you have a 4-wheel drive unit, it's going to be on its side. 2-wheel drive, it's going to be up and down. Obviously it's going to be easier if it's 2-wheel drive, and you might need an oil filter wrench, you might not. Just turn it counterclockwise and see if it'll come off. Have your drain pan ready, some oil may drip out. Okay, so it took me a few minutes, but I got it loosened by hand, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish cranking it off. Watch out, this filter is going to be hot. If you're using a wrench, it'll come right off and you won't burn yourself, but I don't have a wrench with me. Not just a regular wrench, an oil filter wrench, specific tool. So you're just going to go ahead and keep twisting that counterclockwise until it comes off. Okay, so I just finished unthreading it. Now you're just going to go ahead and come up to it, and grab it, bring it back down through here. If you can, looks like it has to come close to the exhaust pipe, and then just put it upside down just like that in the oil pan. Let that drain out, and we'll go ahead and grab our other filter, our new one. Okay, so once you've wiped the area clean, you go ahead and bring your drain pan out with your filter. It's stopped dripping, and you've wiped the area clean. So go ahead and, like I said, there's going to be oil in this filter. That's the old filter. And here's your oil, so you're just going to want to bring this to a recycling center. Okay, now with your 15W40 motor oil, you're going to go ahead and wet your finger and go around the rim of this and put oil on there, and you're also going to want to fill the filter. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to install it on the vehicle. All you do to install it is put it up where that old filter came out of and put it clockwise. So as you can see, I got my new AC Delco filter installed. You're just going to want to tighten that hand tight, just real snug with your hand, don't over tighten it, and that's all there is for the filter. You already filled it with oil, and you already put oil around the brim, so now it's time to fill it up with oil. Once again, just keep your surfaces clean, wipe them down, keep them nice and good. Not the end of the world if some oil drips in places, but just wipe them down when you're done. Now let's go under the hood. So now what you're going to want to do is remove your engine oil fill, which is just a counterclockwise motion, and then you pull straight up once the threads are over with. Sometimes you got to kind of jimmy around with it a little, but it'll pull right out. There's your oil fill. So now you're going to take a funnel, stick that right down in the oil fill, make sure the funnel's clean. And now we're going to add between 7 and 8 quarts of oil. Now keep in mind, you already put some oil in the filter. So I'm just going to take my oil, I'm going to fill it, and I'm just going to pour it down in the filter. This one has about 3 quarts, so we're going to be adding more from the other one, because this one I had already partially used. It's going to pile up in there, just let it go down. Okay, so as it comes down to the end, what you're going to want to do is start checking the oil on your dipstick. You're going to need to use about both of these. They're gallon containers. There's 4 quarts in each gallon, so like I said, it's between 7 and 8. It's closer to 7, but
I top my oil off because I burn a little oil. So I mean, I had already used a little of it. So I mean, if you don't know how to check a dipstick, what you're gonna want to do is just remove your dipstick, and then you're just gonna want to wipe it off on a rag. Okay, and then you're gonna replace the dipstick into the tube and just push it straight down, flush, and then pull it back out and look at the dipstick, and you're going to want to read it. It needs to be in between the X's. So once it's there, you're good to go. When you're done reading it, just replace it, push it back down in there, and push it top. So once it's reading good on the dipstick, go ahead and remove your funnel from the oil fill. Set that aside for cleaning later. Replace your oil fill cap. That just threads in. You're going to thread it until it's secure. Don't over tighten that. You're going to want to make sure your drain plug's in, your oil filter's secure, and you're just going to come around to the ignition, and we're just going to go ahead and make sure we have oil pressure. So we're going to go ahead, and when we start it, we are hoping for oil pressure. And there it moves. You're good to go. So that's how to change the oil on your 6.5 turbo diesel. You're going to go ahead and want to just clean off everything in here. While you're at it, you can check some fluids if you'd like. Power steering fluid is right down there. Brake fluid up here. If you're driving stick, your clutch fluid is up here. So I mean, you can just go through your fluids while you're in here. Do some preventative maintenance. You're going to want to change your oil between every 3,000 and 5,000 miles. Coolant's up there, right up here. So if you'd like to do some preventative maintenance, that's great. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Thanks for watching.